Hi folks, Dr. P here to talk about excitement in games. Now you'd think that wouldn't be something worth talking about. You'd think you'd want to make games where people get excited. And yet my experience of watching people play Euro games is that the people and the designers don't really want to get excited. Tense maybe, but not excited. Now, excitement is good. I'm not talking about arguing. I don't want my players arguing about the rules. I want the rules to be clear enough that there is no argument. But of course, it's impossible to achieve that completely because some people almost willfully will misread rules in order to gain some advantage. But if you make a game that's not interactive between the players, that's a parallel competition, you can achieve something that's pretty unexciting and certainly not something that would raise arguments. This makes me think of games where you see players standing around the table toward the end of the game because they're excited. How often do you see that for a Euro style game? You see it for war games because war games are highly interactive. You see it for many games that involve dice because that's the kind of thing that happens with dice. People get excited about the dice rolls, but you don't see it much for a fairly typical Euro game. Euro games, I'm convinced, are often designed to enable people to explore the game and see what it's like relatively quickly, 1 to 3 plays, and then let people go on to the next game. They're not designed to excite people. Now that doesn't mean that some Euro gamers don't get excited. I was surprised when Don Greenwood told me that the players who caused him the most trouble when he was the tournament director at the World Board Gaming Championships were not the war gamers, it was the Euro people. And that's a case where the most highly competitive players are playing in the tournaments because they want to show that they're the best. But in a typical Euro game that I see at game clubs, people don't get excited, and when it gets done, if they haven't won, they might say something like, well, that was fun. I kind of wish I'd won. But they're more interested in the exploration than in the winning. Now, okay, you can do that, and you can make puzzles. There's lots of things you can do in games. It's just that I'd rather make a game where people get excited. Thanks for listening.